So how was this morning with the scrimmage?
It's pretty good. From what I saw, there's we got a chance to let a lot of the young guys play. A bunch of them. I know one that stood out to me is Cedric Giles. I mean, making plays all over the field, and several other young guys. You know, another big thing about the scrimmage this morning is like, I mean, it was back and forth all day, but like you'd have corners were just blanketing receivers, and all of a sudden, Dak throws the ball up, and the receiver goes and makes a play, but just playmaking skills everywhere.
Chris, what's it like for you to be out there again? And I mean, you last year kind of injured and really didn't get going. I mean, what's it like for you? Because you had a good spring and
Yeah, this is a big confidence boost for me. Like you said last year, it was a big down year for me. I didn't have an opportunity to have a red year, so it was a big down year for me. But coming, I had a pretty decent spring, and me and Cam, we work on everything together pretty much. I watch him, he sees something wrong, he tell me what I need to do. I try and stay on him. Even though he the start, I'm the backup, is no animosity between us at all. But
Mm.
I just feel like I play my role, and I'm having a pretty good camp so far.
Chris, when did you start finding your groove a little bit last year after having to sit out that first game or so? When did you start feeling get back into it?
Probably, I have to say the spring, because that whole season
Really?
I was pretty much nicked up from groin injuries.
Yeah.
But probably the spring, I felt comfortable on the wheel backer. Me and Cam got in, and we kind of conversed a little bit on the wheel position, because I made a transition from Sam to wheel, which is the field to the boundary. So we kind of got in. I got him the playbook a little better, and I feel real comfortable on wheel. I like the bang bang in the box type thing.
Don't did it almost feel like you got like a year behind almost? It had to be a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed out. I just missed out on the whole year. I see them last year when I was injured or whatever, trying to come back. I see them out there balling, making plays, and you just feel like I just missed the whole year.
Cam, talk about Deontay and how quiet he is, but yet he's so productive. I mean, he's so much under the radar, but he said he prefers it that way. But I mean, the guy.
Definitely. I mean, that's Skinner's personality. I mean, if you look at him on the field, you think he'd be, a showboat, loud talker. But man, he's quiet, kind of has a little high pitched voice. We're always giving him our time about, but man, he's just a good guy down to the soul. But he's got a mean streak to him, and he can play some ball lines for sure.
Talk about that. I mean, you guys have been here and y'all been through the battles, but what's it like to watch? I guess not from afar because you're right beside them, but to see that battle at middle linebacker with two guys that are there's not much difference between McKinney and Bo. I know they're different styles, but as far as who might start or who might not start, how much difference? Talk about that battle.
I like it. I like it. I mean, I feel like they both SEC linebackers. They complement each other. They got two different things that they better at, and I really like. I feel like it should be 50-50 between the two of them. That's me. That's how I feel about it. But two good middle linebackers. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, they're as far as like how the game goes, they're so dynamic in their own way. You got Bernard who's long, tall, can do some things that Bo can't. Bo, short stalker, good run stopper, a good goal line guy, and I mean, just having two guys that are so different, it's really going to help our defense as a whole. I mean, and plus, them battling it back and forth just makes everybody better. I know. I mean, they like each other. No animosity, but they're battling. The competition's good for everybody.
Cam, Coach Calls was telling us he gave you a reading assignment this summer. Blink, is that right?
Yeah, I hadn't got to read much of it, but I kind of briefed over it, scanned through it over the summer. I had a little off time. Basically, it's like rapid cognition. Like so it really related because like football, everything happens really fast. And like the main, I guess, to sum the whole book up is like knowing that you know something without your brain knowing it. So it's like you walk up to the line of scrimmage and quarterback's going through his cadence and you don't know that you know it, but you're picking up all these keys and stuff, telling you, okay, it's about to be pass. Kind of, if you can get the gist of that, that's kind of what the book was about.
Chris, does Cam almost seem like he's a Peyton Manning for the defense? I mean, we heard last year Auburn game and
Yeah.
him calling out plays, knowing what's coming.
Yeah,
How much is that helping you guys?
It really helped us all a lot. Linebacker, we take pride in talking and being the leaders of the defense, really. So, I feel like he the quarterback a bunch of times. He get in and he watch film and he know what's coming, so he kind of direct everything and try and hold everybody accountable for what we got to do. I try and do my part as well.
Cam,
And which one of your group made Chris Wilson put a highlight tape on YouTube?
Christian Holmes, he loves getting some stuff going between the coaches. But yeah, Coach Wilson's got a pretty nice highlight video if any of y'all have ever seen it. But
he says he had a. So you're telling me it was Christian because he said he had a player just going, Coach, I bet you couldn't do that when you played.
yeah, and Coach Wilson came back. I forget when it was. It was actually a while back when he came in and put that video on. We were like, wow, it was balling. So for sure. So we all, took his respect.
Yeah,
like, we're just way up,
Cam, for the first time since you've been here, and Chris, you're an older guy too, but kind of weird to say this, but you guys have the same linebackers coach for the first time in back-to-back seasons. How big of a difference is that?
It's been huge. Can't give enough props to Coach Collins. I know he's taking my game to a whole new level, and as far as like coming in and getting us prepared for games, like telling us, they're doing all the behind-the-scenes work, like telling us the keys and stuff. They tell us what to execute, and he's been great as a whole. And you just get switching coaches year to year. You just it's hard on a player to get adjusted, but him being there, we got to know him, feel comfortable with him, we know his ways, and it's been good.
I'm gonna ask both of you, where do you think Deontay is most dangerous? Does hand in the dirt or standing upright?
He's a freak in a good way for sure. I've seen him do it all. As big and as long as he is, you would think he wouldn't be able to move, but he's playing Sam linebacker right now for us, and he's out in space.
Yeah.
He makes open field tackles, and I've seen him put his hand in the ground. We got several packages when he gets down on the end, and he can rush just like he's a DN. So it's hard to say which he's better at. I don't know what you
He's
think.
definitely multi-talented. He can put his hand out in the dirt and he can play in space. Good open field tackle to be that big 240 plus. Very good open field tackling. He got real good closing speed. So he multi-talented. He can do them both.
Chris, was there some doubt in your mind that linebacker would work? Just because of your body type, you're like, first of all, I'm going to have to put on weight, but second of all, is over time, is this going to work? Was there any doubt when they came to you and said this is what you want to do?
Coming in as a freshman, you was always going to build. A little bit of doubt. I was a safety body frame type. I look around like these guys. SEC linebackers,
Right.
240, 250, and I was 210 pushing that. But my mindset is I try and be a tough guy, really. No fear. So I had to do what I had to do, put on the weight. I kind of fell in love with the linebacker position.
You guys last year going into the season, it seemed like the biggest question was what's going to be like at linebacker. So many new guys. What's kind of a middle linebacker? Do you feel like it almost seems like this might be the strength of the team now?
I would definitely agree with that statement. I know last year, losing KJ, Chris White, everybody, that just, pointing fingers at the linebacker position, who's going to step up. And we took it as a challenge. I know our whole linebacker group, we had a chip on our shoulder in the off season, going through the season. And I feel like, last year we established ourselves and kind of proved ourselves to the fan base, to everybody that, we're going to do our part. And then it's just kind of rolled over this year. We brought in some young guys and developed depth. Depth's been huge for our linebacking core. We've got, to our last year, we might have had 4 linebackers, SEC caliber. This year, we got 6 or 7 guys that can step in and hold their own.
You're the leading returning tackler in the SEC, but you're not getting a lot of all-SEC recognition. What do you think of that?
It's just kind of fuel to the fire. That's what I tell everybody. But I really try not to get caught up in all the accolades or whatnot. Last year I wasn't worried about tackles or nothing. It's just I was trying to get the wins, trying to take it one game at a time, and everything just kind of fell into its place.